always in the back of your mind, like the pub logic of, what if they do, putting it bluntly, what if they fuck up one time? Then Medusa just has like Manta Butterfly +1, Morphling has Manta Calendar +1, and your high ground siege is what, like a Visage with birds and a Weaver? It's like, it isn't the nicest into Medusa Morphling, right? So as much as I'm uncomfortable looking at Night Pulse, I think they can't really play the game at all for 20 minutes. They eventually will become the absolute raid boss. Maybe if they were on the previous patch with Glyph getting reset on tier 3, not on melee racks, this is the draft they'd go for, but we'll see if they can just survive. If they survive, sure, this game is so playable in the late game, but again, competitive Dota, getting to the late game is so challenging. We'll see if they can get there against what is arguably some of the most aggressive heroes that you'll see in Dota on DMS.
Yeah, no, it's really aggressive. The only thing I would say about this draft is that it does lack that front line. It's very, they don't particularly need it because you've got Weaver. He's very quick. He's very elusive. You've got Ember Spirit, same thing. Visage might struggle a little bit. Generally, you want to be playing this hero with somebody else with you in the front lines to kind of absorb a little bit of the pressure. So the Hack could struggle. He's an easy target, is what I guess I'm trying to get at here in these fights. He's the obvious first kill. So I'm super aware of that. Play the fights very carefully, and we'll probably see him go for some sort of tankier build than is usual on Visage. You know, I don't think you want to go for the Ags into Orchid style of Visage here, but I could be wrong. I don't know. This guy's an expert. I'm just gonna, whatever he does, I'm just gonna try and figure it out. But yeah,
I want to see Aura.
You need to have such a good lane here at mid.
No, I think, you know, the way that you were looking at Ags in like Orchid, I kind of prefer the idea of the auras. Like, look at the damage that they bring on Night Pulse. Like, if Earth Spirit is everything... Yeah, exactly, sorry. I don't like the Ags Orchid, I agree.
Nice kick under the tower, though, actually, from Warwick there. Just going to make Margil take a little bit of damage, because Ember's really, really annoying for these first few levels at the moment. Yeah. To trade evenly on health is kind of nice for Warwick.
Yeah, this is... I don't know, I feel like Warwick's got the short straw. You know, this is our second series looking at Night Pulse, and like, he's had to play Storm multiple times, like, have to do everything for his team in games where he can't. He's now playing Earth, where he has to do everything. Like, the poor lad's really just getting, you know, shafted in the draft a little bit, but and we'll see if he can make those moves. The difference here between the two is Earth, where it can kind of make moves on the map a little bit easier than Ember. Ember likes to TP to engagements, while Earth Spirit can, you know, walk around, roll over, then get to lane and take the fight. But and so far, CS, DMS are pulling ahead very slightly in the 3 lanes. They
yeah, they've got a good match at mid. They've got really, really strong bullying supports, and that's going to make a big difference in this laning phase. I'm a little bit interested. Kaori went for the Spellbound facet. I haven't seen a lot of Enchantress. Is this the usual choice, or do we see a mix-up between this and the Overprotective Attendants?
Unfortunately, Ench doesn't really utilize the other facet very well, because knowing that you can use this Spellbound to get the additional right clicks, use your impetus, and just do more damage, 9 times out of 10 just feels better than I get an extra little bit of heal. And yeah, we do often see Spellbound.
It's one of the few games where I could have seen a case being made for it, though, because as I was mentioning before, you don't really have much in the way of frontline. It's kind of just the Visage by himself, so if there was someone else who could sit up there and offer a bit of healing, could be kind of fun, but yeah, we're not getting too free with it till the end. Taking heavy hits here. Oh, not enough mana for Soul Assumption. That is unfortunate for the Hack there. The mana management, bit of an issue. That means that the Disruptor will get to live for now.
Does he have any resources coming out? No. His crew is in base, so this is not going to feel good, but you know, DMS are going to feel pretty good in the lane. Every time we switch to a different lane, it's another hero sitting at a sliver of HP. Of course, you know, the Morphling is able to regen back up, but they are poking as much as possible. And I guess this is going to be quite interesting. Will Janta be able to leave his Morphling at any point to make the stacks up in the dire triangle, to maybe accelerate the Medusa's entry to the game? Of course, ancient stacks, hard camp stacks are going to feel very nice, but with the amount of pressure we're seeing so far, we're not going to be seeing any major support moves coming out the side of Night Pulse there. It kind of feels like DMS are going to be the kind of the aggressors there.
Yeah, and you can see like how little of a threat they're posing in this offlane. which is allowing the Weaver to aggressively Shikuchi at them. And he doesn't care if he gets lifted up and thrown back afterwards. Like, there's just not the damage to ever punish him. So he can use that Shikuchi to just get himself more and more farm and more harassment in the lane. Exactly what you want to be seeing from a Weaver lane. If you have to constantly save Shikuchi to be this defensive ability, then you're going to have a really rough lane. And once again, laying down beautiful with the swarm here. This should be enough to kill off Janta. Certainly is. Kaori, with the help of the Mud Golem, going to be getting first blood down here onto the Rubik. The swarm
really nice move.
Brilliant there.
Yeah, you get the Rubik, and also I think it's somewhat inevitable that the Rubik does die. It just takes a brief moment of poor positioning. You get hit by either a neutral creep, stun, or slow, paired with the slow from Enchant, and there's plenty of damage in Hakoda in top lane. It's going to be dying, but yeah, they get no damage. Just the side lanes of Nightpoles don't do anything. They just hit creeps. Yeah, that is... Oh, Warwick, I cannot wait to scream your name in excitement in the next six minutes time when you do everything for your team. It's going to be... He needs to get level 6 as quick as possible. Yeah,
he's done excellently at the mid lane, honestly. Like, super
dueling,
nice. Yeah, fighting into Melagil here. Neither of them have... Oh, actually, there's a Fairy-File available to Warwick, so he's happy to kind of play up into it. But yeah, Melagil's suffering a little bit. Have to be said. Great lane coming out from the Earth Spirit so far. Pulling ahead pretty hard.
Do you miss the time when the other Harpy, the flying Harpy, was in meta? Where you just grab one and throw it randomly into a position for vision.
Rotation into the middle lane. Hakoda comes in, takes down a Warwick, and all of a sudden that mid lane that was going so well is not.
I was caught reminiscing. Maybe that's what it was doing too.
No, the Harpy... I actually, it was one of those things which was around just long enough for it to be kind of like hee-hee, without being like super obnoxious. I didn't get bored of it by the time it was nerfed, but I feel like it got nerfed at the right time.
That's fair. I like that. I like some things being stupid, but stupid long enough that it's memorable, but not distasteful. But Warwick, rolling in.
Yeah, Kaori is going to have to tank a lot here. Only 1 point for the Nation Attendance might not be enough. Let's see as Warwick's also taking... Oh my god, the damage coming out from these guys is just ridiculous. There's a Skywrath Mage and an Ember Spirit teaming up together. Glimpse back onto Melagil, should get Warwick out of danger. And actually, he's looking for the turnaround play. Gets onto Hakoda until the end. Will be getting the last hit onto that Skywrath Mage. So 2 deaths on the side of DMS. Not getting the kill onto Warwick there. Nice rotations in from the Nightpulse supports.
Yeah, it's a really good move. Utilizing the Earth Spirit 6 to just keep the Magnetize going, and that's the type of kill where if DMS get it, their game is going to break open so much nicer. So, Warwick's going to feel pretty good, and yeah, he is looking for the Vessel on this mid Earth Spirit. He'll pick up the Vessel, he'll be able to eat through the tankiness of the Visage or the hit of the Ench, and again, we keep talking about Warwick, but the entire game is somewhat... on his shoulders for the first, good portion of the game. Wisdom runes, we're not really seeing any contest. Goes for 7 minutes. Stacks are made. People walk up.
Have you seen what the hack's got queued up?
Oh yeah, it's going for Maelstrom. Oh yeah, this is a build we see from pro players from Visage.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah. So some players go for Gleipnir, and then they go back for like Crimson or AC. Other players still do like the Vlad's drum into Aura. But yeah, we kind of have we're at like a crossroads right now for Visage where Gleipnir is an option, or is an option.
Yeah, I see why, to be fair, because the the facet is really strong with the AoE Grave Chill. English isn't my first language.
It's your zero language.
I can't speak it at all.
But no, it's I think it's a kind of cool variation on the hero. Like providing yourself like additional lockdown, using your facet quite nicely, and yeah, it works out quite nicely. I think 33, of course, rammed it into the pubs, so now a lot of other people playing it. Maybe 33 wasn't the inventor, but at least he's the one playing it the most out of any pro in the kind of pro scene.
Yeah, and there was they did add that weird you can use the familiars to kind of come back to you stuff. It's pretty nice when you're just TPing across the map. It means your familiars can actually come with you. Like, you can actually move with TP now, which was previously not a thing. You just had to run around the map with Visage.
You can also level up your birds and get the leveled birds instantly, which is a big quality of life change.
I mean, I've been complaining about this for years, literally years. It's
you didn't complain enough, no, man. That's all I'm hearing. Because, you know, if you're complaining for years and the problem wasn't fixed, then...
No one's listening to me. That's the problem.
Oh, no. Oh, no, we're learning new things. Well, we have entered quite a quiet portion of the game, right? Like, when we emphasize how much aggression DMS can bring, to only have 2 kills, I think it is because they are waiting for that first item to really get themselves into the game, right? It's like the Ember get some levels, and now at least I expect them to want to make a move. You got 6 on the village, the Ember's now top, Ench's here as well. You've got 4 heroes on DMS to hit down this tower, and I would be surprised if Night Pulse did contend this stack.
I mean, this is just a dead tower.
Tower, sorry. Yeah, not stack, sorry, I meant tower.
Yeah.
I saw them farming stacks and got all excited.
Yeah, that one's gone. I imagine they just try to move in and do the same thing into the mid tower, but Night Pulse are going to try and make a move in response. Here we go, roll in, gonna move forward onto Kaori. The glimpse back a little bit out of sync here, but that's okay. Kaori, not the healthiest little fawn you've ever seen. The hack is coming across, trying to help out, trying to do something, but there's really nothing to be done here. They'll just have to back themselves away.
They were still kind of looking with Menador. They just need to get some levels on both teams, really, for their supports, right? And at this minute, the fact that Hakoda hasn't got level 6 on Sky, there's no simple slight chain from Ember into Mystic Flare. Like, that combo just doesn't exist yet. And he's been trying to sit mid, he's been trying to get something, but yeah, I think teams feel a little bit awkward at the moment. Like, they haven't really been able to create these chaotic moments. And you know, Cammy in the bot lane, this Morphling, he is just really hitting his creeps. And yeah, DMS, they move from top to mid. They are making the natural progression on the map. And at what point will Night Pulse contest? Earth Spirit in skirmishes feels good, but fighting into 5 it might be uncomfortable if the setup isn't perfect.
Oh, Tahak is going to lose a bird during this at the very least, so a little bit of the tower pushing potential starting to fall away, but nice moves in from Shigetsu. Another excellent swarm coming out. That's going to allow them to chase back Night Pulse and certainly get this tower.
It is so obnoxious. When you're playing in open terrain with vision from DMS, you've got Soul Assumption spam, Sleight of Fist spam, you've got Concussive Shot, a neutral creep from the Ench running around hitting you as well. Like, there is so much non-committal damage that for Night Pulse, if you are out of position, if you are in a position of vulnerability, you're going to have half HP and probably no one to fight. And we saw that pretty much demonstrated perfectly mid lane.
Yeah. Now, Poke is so good with Visage with Soul Assumption because obviously every time any hero takes more than 100 damage, you gain a charge. Sleight of Fist does more than 100 damage to a hero, so you're going to be gaining those charges like crazy. Except onto Medusa, which is a kind of annoying one.
I think at least this build is showing us that Cammy is looking at the game a little bit differently this time around. Like, the fact he's going straight for Dragon Lance on the Morphling. But we are seeing a little bit of aggression mid as Warwick tries to get it.
Cammy? He's gone down on the bottom side, caught out with the silence on Hayaji. That is a dead Morphling.
I was about to say, like, he's playing this game as if he wants to join a fight early, right? Like, when you go for Dragon Lance, it's the I might need to participate, but yeah, he gets caught off guard finally from the Scarif Mage. It's a long time coming. He's been pretty much just playing bot lane for free for maybe 12 minutes. Real concerns there. And map progression is the answer now for Weaver, looking for that Desolator. Again, in the draft I mentioned Gleipnir, but the other build option available to Weavers is going for that Desolator. You get yourself close to a tower with no real punishment, and yeah, it falls with ease. It is really annoying to play with. So much poke, but they are smoked up. They are maybe hoping to find him. Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine. It's good the pacing, enable everyone else. Can they connect?
No, roll isn't there, but the Static Storm is, but he gets out! Oh, the Shikuchi gets him to safety. Unfortunately, Enchantress just kind of TP'd into her own demise, but that's okay. Cammy being chased down by the Weaver, but in the Weaver form won't be in too much trouble here. DMS looking for a bit of revenge for their Enchantress. Chains catches out till the end, going for a brave TP, and he does get cut down by Disruptor.
It's just an unfortunate misexecution there. They are smoked, they're trying to be patient. but the initial connection onto the Weaver just wasn't good. And if they maybe caught inside the kinetic with the damage, sure, that's a kill. They can retreat, but they overplayed their hand, put themselves into a poor position, and back to farming. The entire time, though, when Nightpulse makes these moves, okay, they're going to still, maybe still.
They might get a kill as well. The silence is there. The damage is in. Mystic Flare, will it be enough? One more slight will be needed. 2 seconds remaining, and they're not going to get it. Deny from Hakoda. Stops Cammy from getting in and stealing the rune, but will be losing his life here. The heroes are in from the side of Nightpulse, and Skarath will not be living through that one. Not your gate, my friend.
Do you know there's like to be continued memes where it pauses at a moment, you have to kind of guess what's going to happen? I think that's exactly what, like, when you have a Mystic Flare on the Earth Spirit with the Ember there as well, like, to be continued, do you really think seconds later, Earth Spirit lives, the Wisdom Rune gets denied, not taken? Okay, that was kind of like the opposite of everything that I naturally thought was going to happen, but okay, all right.
A little greedy from DMS to both go for the kill and not secure the rune. I feel like...
No, you go for the kill every single time, though.
I guess,
like, there's no option to just get Wisdom and be happy.
Cammy, once again being caught here. Let's not forget, no Mystic Flare for another few seconds, but will they have chains to combo it up with? Yeah, he's actually held the chains. Very disciplined from Melagil, but he's pretty low mana. Playing into this, it's going to be kind of hard, so Cammy will just get to survive down here. Doing exactly what you want to see from an off-lane Morphling, just kind of existing, drawing heroes to the bottom lane, but not dying critically. Dahak goes for the stacks. Not who I really expected to be taking these stacks, but fair enough, I guess.
We have a really pressing battle happening right now, by the way. It's the battle of the 0-0-0 players. Dahak versus Vtoon. Who will break the scoreboard first? The Visage in the off lane? The Medusa in the safe lane? Of course, you know, Dahak was a carry player. Both have done literally nothing on the map thus far in regards to murdering their opponents.
Yeah, I feel like the odds are very, very good for Dahak here to
top lane.
There's 2 heroes just slaughtered up in the top side. Once again, Dahak, he's just farming behind his team. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling. My Weaver can carry me. That's fine. Or make space for me as the carry, I guess. Bottom side, the Mystic Flare is out. Cammy taking heavy hits here. He's got a lot of strength to work with and the Weaver form to get away with as well. So every time you go for this kill on the Weaver, you got to make sure you kill him before he steals your body and runs off with it.
Yeah, when you asked about like the Desolator, the reason why it's a cool item pickup in this game is you naturally can go for Roshan earlier, as they're doing now. It's like you can take towers, you can instantly kill supports. If they get hit by slight chains, you connect with one Germinate, they're dead. If Roshan has an opportunity to be taken, you're bringing your team to it. And yeah, no, I think overall it has been a little bit quieter than I anticipated. I think mainly because the supports were underleveled early on. We didn't see them make explosive 10-minute plays, but now this is when I expect DMS to really ramp up the aggression and start trying to take command of this game, because they have not stopped this Medusa from farming. They have not stopped the greed from the safe lane. She now has got the top net worth, which is something you never really want to see. Like, you see the Manta potentially disperse her down the line to have a dispel against a lot of single target spells that DMS have in play, Butterfly, etc. Like, there's a lot of options for Medusa to go for.
Chill, Arch-Ancient Seal, all great things to get rid of.
Incredibly good. So I think for Vtoon, he has done a very good job, even though his scoreline is comedically lacking. It is what you want from your Medusa. Yeah, it's just like, okay, don't say anything. I think the argument with that is, like, sometimes Medusas need to be active, because if she's not joins the fight, but her enemy all has economy, it's awkward, right? But I think Nightpulse has done a relatively good job at poking enough, but still.
Okay. Yeah, Dahak just lost both of his familiars to a fortified. That's a little awkward. But yeah, I was just saying, like, seeing this Rubik with Shikuchi and the Morphling with Shikuchi, it's just like, man.
There's 3 Shikuchis in this game.
Yeah, that's a lot of Shikuchis. Definitely the most used ability in the game by some margin. Yeah, top towers are certainly going to fall here. Do they scoop across the map and try and get out their other lanes? I believe they should. Yeah. Actually, it's a smoke up. So one of them goes to counter push, the rest of them go look for a kill. But unfortunately, Jansen just being annoying on the front lines. Now that he's got the Shikuchi on Rubik, he can just farm very, very far up. Though Shigutsu's going to see them both try to just immediately blow up the Disruptor, but he is going to get ultied for it. That's going to be his Aegis gone, for sure. And the Medusa's in the middle of this as well. It's a little bit of an awkward fight to try and take here. Dahak is going to lose a bird without the resummon available as well, so his own damage maybe a little bit lacking, and he might just lose both of the birds here. Yeah, there's a diffuser coming in onto it, so a birdless visage.
That's pretty rough at Dahak, right? He lost the top bird to the towers. He loses the birds again to mid lane. The big Aegis timing was to try and... I think Weaver thought he did more damage than he actually did. Right? Like, the way that he jumps to the Disruptor there, that's kind of like the bold carry move of, you're dead already on my screen, I'm going next. But the fact that he doesn't get the kill, Static Storm gets dropped, it's incredibly uncomfortable. And probably not how they wanted to use their first Aegis. And somehow Dahak and V-Tune are still, of course, not on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they chillin'. They chillin'. Warwick has not got any charges on the Spirit Vessel as the Rubik, who does get caught out at last.
Oh, is Mendril actually going to go for Radiance? Oh, yeah, the Ember Spirit's opting to potentially go for a Radiance, which we just do not see on this hero. Again, it's like after Mage Slayer, it's pretty tried and tested that you just go for like Maelstrom, Gleipnir, BKB Ags, etc. But he's opting for the Radiance. Naturally, he does get quite close to hero, so mischance could be kind of cool. I feel like this is an option that someone on his team might go, hey, we need this, and he might change down the line, but he is holding a lot of gold, and it might be a pickup. Against Medusa, she doesn't like to buy BKB, so just getting on top of her, constantly applying mischance, preventing split shot from being as potent. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
It's interesting for sure. We'll see if he does commit to it. I mean, it looks like he's pretty committed. I agree that it's not something I'm expecting, and maybe not something I'm loving, but hey, cook, brother, and see what you can do.
I think it's just having natural evasion on himself is like when he jumps in, I think it is going to help him not have to leave the fight that bit quicker, right? Because like if you have Morphling waveforms on top of Ember, Medusa naturally right-clicking you, if by yourself you can at least cushion, rather than let's say 6 seconds, you can now cushion like 9 or 10. That is going to give life to the fight for other people. So I'm not opposed to it. And when I meant split shot, I meant more like the shots hitting him, obviously, not the other way around.
Yeah. So again,
he's going to go for it. He bought the relic.
Slowing down, pumping the brakes a little bit. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I really feel like the other talent might have been better on Kaori this game. I'm saying that. I feel like...
No. I'm sorry. You're going
Dude,
down
look at this
such
build. He's got 4 points in Aegis Attendant, no points Impetus, a mech.
Yep.
Like...
No, I mean,
I just want to
like,
see it. It must be really bad if you're not taking it in this circumstance, right?
It's like you take more than 250 damage, you get a single wisp for 4 seconds, up to 4. It's like, yes, it's cool, but would you not just rather, when you eventually do get your impetus, have the ability to just right click? It's so much nicer. And the cast range more as well for his enchant. Enchant's too important to not want to increase your cast range on it. I'm sorry. So as much as you're excited, cast range and attack range is always going to be better than an underbuffed heal.
I just want to see if anybody decides to take it at any point in the next few months. I mean, if they don't get buffed, I'm happy about that.
I actually can't wait though. Imagine if that happened and it's like the best thing that ever happened, and you're like, oh, well, actually, I was calling for this.
I don't like bringing up. I feel like we've been doing it a lot recently, but I have played with it. It does feel quite good in certain circumstances. Like the healing is ridiculous.
Sure. I think
anyway,
if the enemy has a lot of damage over time, there's a world for it. But again, no fault.
He's got the attendants available though, so not gonna take that. Yeah, they're gonna have to use a lot for this. We'll still die.
So tanky.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. If he had the facet,
he'd have lived for an extra 3 seconds.
5. Go on.
Okay, sure. 4. Oh god. All right. Now we see the return. They smoked up themselves. Oh wait, that was V2's entry to the game. He just got a kill.
Oh wait, what the? But he might be getting a death here as well, surrounded by the enemy team. Mystic Flare definitely not landing there, and well, they're gonna drop another Static Storm down here. onto them. And now with the Stone Gaze coming out, Melojil, he's in some trouble and he's going to be the one to die. They will be able to get the one return kill on the sidelines, but beautiful roll in from Warwick. Holy shit, how did he connect on that? Gonna force out the time lapse from the Weaver, but guess who's got time lapse as well? That's right, Janta back on the case, but they don't have any clue where he is. Dust is completely off the mark, and Shigetsu will Shikuchi his way out of this one. Wow.
What an uncomfortable move from DMS. Like, you lose your Enchantress top, you then smoke into the enemy triangle. Like, that's going to be the place where the Medusa will be living. Do you really think as 3 heroes into a Medusa, you're going to be able to get the kill? I'm going to just say no every single time. They find a Medusa. Night Pulse are ready. They return. You have to start asking the questions. At what point is the hack going to enter the game? Like,
I'm asking it, dude.
He's helped progress the map. He's helped take the towers. Like, sure, he's kind of ticked the box of that aspect of Visage, but he's just got the BKB. I think they need to just play as 5 and really try to win a fight, because it's 25 minutes. We're yet to see a game-breaking fight from DMS, and when they're heroes, they could do it from minute 10. Like, they've been lacking for so long.
No Stone Gaze, at least for now. Maybe this is the play. They'll move on to Warwick. They'll get him down. Time lapse does get forced, but it's a worthy price. Now, they're circling the top side. I mean, playing up here will not progress the map, but it might set them up for Roshan.
Yeah, they didn't use the last stages very well, but at least they are moving around together. They're poking, they're looking, they're scanning the Medusa. He does.
Everybody in the game is on the board.
Are they going to go through the gate and find Dusa? No.
You move away from the Roche area if you do that, which probably not advisable.
It is going to be up in a couple minutes. I don't think so. Night Pulse doesn't really take Roshan quickly, so DMS, if they wanted to play the map, could run around very quickly and make all these wacky moves.
All right, well, it does look like that's going to be the play. The hack comes down here. He's got himself that fresh Gleipnir ready to throw out. We'll do exactly that. Of course, Manta available, but with the 2 coming on there. But once again, Mystic Flare very off the mark. And the Morphling's going to get away. Pretty crazy how ineffective they are at killing these heroes.
Yeah, they've just missed their window entirely, and the greed has paid off now. It's 100% paid off for Night Pulse. Like, you've soon got Kanda on your Morphling, you got Manta on both cores, so all these roots and slows and everything that has been, you know, a key aspect in the early game aggression of DMS has just fallen off immensely. They wasted their first stage. It's like I could write you a very long list of, I think, mistakes that DMS have made in this game so far, and we'll see if they can win a team fight. Especially now that Warwick's picked up the BKB, he is going to be so deadly in this upcoming fight.
Oh yeah, and V-Tune with the disperser as well. You know, like, it's going to be really, really hard. I think they're running out of time on DMS. Honestly, like, I think the time is kind of ticking down.
The Kaya Sand on the Medusa, so you get some mana cost, mana loss reduction, which is always very nice. Like, Medusa got Kaya. Oh wait, they're jumping onto. Don't worry.
My god, that's just a dead Bambi right there. They'll turn around, they'll look towards Cammy, but Cammy, of course, plenty of strength to work with here. To hack on the front line, is forced to pop the BKB. Shigetsu trying to get some damage off, but can't really find the target. Stone Gaze is still not popped, and Melojil caught inside the Static Storm. No BKB available. Radiance not doing a thing. He's going to get dropped as Mystic Flare just comes flying into nothing. Hakoda's getting run down as well. DMS chained up together by the Morphling, getting chased to oblivion is over on the sidelines. Shigetsu just trying to get himself out. Shigori does get finished off by Cammy stealing that Ember Spirit's form and filling him off with the side of this, and Janta finds a Morphling. Shigetsu, he needs to run. The rest of the team not super close here, but Janta's not going to give up. He's going to keep on chasing, gives a vision for the tire, for the glimpse, brings him back. Shigetsu trying to get a bit of revenge, but he's going to get nothing, and he's dead. Full 5-man team wipe coming out from Night Pulse.
They farmed, they were patient, they waited for their time, and they see it. They play for the Roshan fight, they take the fight, they crush the fight, and there's nothing DMS can do. Like, they have fallen so flat in this game. It is, yeah, I don't think I've seen a team just, yeah, they've just existed in the game. I've not really seen anything happen from them. And Night Pulse, they clearly had a plan the entire time, right? Like V-Tune, he pushed out his waves, he went to the jungle, he ignored every early engagement. Kami or Dream, he opted to be the a slightly more aggressive Morphling poking down to absorb the fight, and they held the net worth lead so nicely the entire game, and they just chose the perfect fight to take, and that net worth goes from even to 10,000 gold to Night Pulse. Sure, Disruptor dies in the mid lane.
Very mid kill, which they're actually going to trade here as well. And I mean, everything about how DMS played this game suggested to me that like at least 3 of their heroes were looking for the late game. You know, this Radiance pickup rather than going for a BKB on the Ember Spirit, the whole Gleipnir BKB build for the Huck as well. Yeah. It's all very slow. And I feel like they really kind of underestimated the ability for this Medusa and this Morphling to both have enough space to farm up and be heroes in this game.
I just think it's a really poor read on the game. Like, I think the Huck's looked at this game and he's like, okay, I see greediness, so I can go for a little bit of greed as well. But like, you're greeding up on a Visage into Morphling Medusa, who naturally just beat you out as a hero. So rather than trying to play for an earlier timing, Ember Short's gonna die on screen.
Dude.
Yeah, this is a little bit bewildering. I didn't expect like the caliber of these players to itemize and to play like this. Like, this was a little bit of a shock to the system as we start our 2 series for today. It's or the afternoon, sorry.
It's like getting cold water thrown in your face just as you get out of bed. That's what this cast feels like.
It is. It's sobering up, but that's the...
Coda's dead.
V-Tune's dead.
V-Tune...
Oh, killing, sorry. That's the wrong word.
Kill.
Imagine if
the Huck has to run away from the dire triangle as well. They've gone into tourniquet mode pretty quickly here on DMS, trying to just stop the bleeding, make sure they don't just die in the street.
And yeah, I think they're already 6 foot under, to be fair. They're trying to dig themselves out of the hole that they've already made.
You can't dig upwards.
In Minecraft I can, so I hope that DMS have learned their way.
That's true. Doing the upward staircase technique.
Just never dig directly down.
Coward.
I've lost too many diamonds, no man. Too many diamonds.
Cammy up to the high ground. This is so nice as well. Like, imagine playing this Morphling. You make it to 30 minutes with only a singular death. You get an Aegis because your main carries a Medusa. Like, she don't want no Aegis. She just doesn't care. Who do you go on here if you're DMS? Like, what is the play? Oh, God. It's hunting season. And Cammy just got some venison. Jesus.
Oh, hit the rock. Had the BKB.
Oh, Weaver. Jesus Christ.
Just look at the base, though. I mean, what's that to say? The base is disappearing. DMS are just splitting the map. There's an Aegis still for 1:40. BKB on Ember, but you're 2 racks down.
You certainly are. Luckily, they've got a tier 2 up in the top side, so NP will back themselves away for the time being, but yeah, I mean, there's no way to take a 5-on-5 fight, like, unless they get some amazing pickoff. Like, if you kill the Disruptor, you get a BKB on the Ember Spirit, which he does now have. I mean, they still don't have the damage to deal with these cores, though. That's just the overwhelming issue here. Okay, Weaver does, actually. He's got Daedalus Desolator, so maybe he can bring down heroes which aren't Medusa.
Again, like, it's such a rare moment in a cast because not a lot of teams do this strategy of double carries, but normally, like, when you have a traditional offlaner, the type of fight you're looking for is like, you find the backline supports, don't fall victim to the initiation from the offlane, kite the carry. But when you have 2 carries, it's now like you have to kite 2 big high damage heroes whilst finding the backline supports, but not dying to the high mobility magic. Like, the construct of the fight has to be so perfect. And now DMS, they're smoked up as 5. They're doing the deep wraparound. You can see on the minimap, they've drawn away from their triangle to try and find someone who's behind. This will net them at least a jump onto the Disruptor or Rubik if they can keep this discipline.
Their buildings, they're disappearing. They've got a
found
fortification.
they
use it. Great catch on the backlines. I mean, this is the dream for them right now. This will go well. Nothing well. Melagil fighting into all of them. The Static Storm comes down but misses. Hakoda's still dead. Meanwhile, the cores, though, still pretty much untouched. touched on either side. The Sleight of Fists coming out thick and fast from Melojul. BKB now down. Mini has got to be a little bit careful. NP, they don't seem to be bothered though. Like, they don't care. They've lost their support. They're just going to keep going in. Dahak has to back himself away. Even with the BKB, he still has to run. Not a good sign. The damage is coming through onto the Earth Spirit. He's getting a little bit low, trying to find Melojul. They'll run them past each other. Both spirits kind of dueling away here, but Melojul, he's running out of health, he's running out of remnants, and he's running out of life. Down he goes. Melojul dead without buyback. Cheese out from Warwick, chasing the Weaver. Weaver trying to get back to the... Oh no! The roll! Is it going to matter though? Warwick still very, very tanky. Will fall after jumping into the fountain, but they're taking the buildings. They're getting the Mega Creeps. It doesn't matter that they lose the Earth Spirit in a very comical way. The Mega Creeps have been gained, and GG gets called. A shocking loss here for DMS in their first game, as I mean, the Morphling offlane, it just works. First pick Morphling offlane, folks. How is this working?
I mean, 2 games now, they've done the strategy.
Like a waste of time. I want to talk about the game we've got coming up right now, so let's get into it. Of course, this time there is no double carry. There is no kind of big shenanigans coming up for the side of Night Pulse. In fact, DMS could be accused of being the shenanigans of this lane, of this game at least. I think this Sanking does do something for them, which a lot of other picks wouldn't. It gives them a mid laner who can kind of get that AoE stun initiation, which you do want to see with both the Razor and the Weaver. Like, they needed something like this to play around, and I'm not sure many heroes could have done it. It needed to be something a little bit weird. So, yeah, I'll see how it goes. I'm holding judgment here. I'm holding judgment on this Luna pick as well. She went for the Lunar Orbit facet. So basically, it's just the old Moonglaves. You're going to see a very similar Luna as to the one you saw in the last patch, basically, like pre-number patch.
No crazy shenanigans starting at the bounty runes. We're not seeing any 5-man smokes, any big wraparounds.
Shigetsu will be seen here, but I don't think they have potential to kill him. Maybe do a little bit of damage with the brown. Okay, they just bail on the bounty rune there. I guess didn't want to play into the Iron Shell and take a bunch of damage for it, which is kind of fair enough. You need to win your lane. They feel like that was a way to lose a lane, then. Ooh, Janta hiding in the tree line.
Oh, just no.
Wow, this is aggressive. Dealing the damage to Cammy straight off the bat, knowing that he needs those Iron Shells to be able to be effective. And this is some intense bullying down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Shigetsu just body blocking them out of the lane here. This is really cool to watch, yeah. Let's see if they can be punished for it. Kaori does get caught in the maze, but navigates himself out of it pretty easily.
The key thing is you need to prevent the Darkseer from getting that early double shell, getting the level 2, enabling the ability to just kind of keep thriving here. And of course, Darkseer, when you hit 3, it becomes an entirely different lane. So yeah, I like the fact that DMS started with such a proactive mindset. And
yeah, and Sandstorm leveled from Melojul level 1, which is kind of cool.
Just don't level Burrow Strike ever on level 1 Sand King. It's such a grief.
Stinger is great. Sandstorm's decent.
Yeah, Stinger's decent, but I think that's the cool thing about mid Sand King, where he might become a hero again, is when you're in that 1v1, having Stinger being next to the wave, especially against a melee hero, it is going to be very, very potent. And yeah, I'll keep an eye on how well the lane really goes for Melojul. But so far he's sitting at 9-0 to the 10-0 to the 7-0 of Earth Spirit. So no real crazy lead for either mid laner at the moment. And again, they're going so aggressive bottom.
From Warwick didn't work, but bottom lane, they're going to get first blood onto Janta. Chased down by Kaori and Shigetsu, and they're looking for Cammy as well. Dream on the run, and going to use the surge and get himself away. Kills off the bug, but taking a ton of damage in the process. Definitely going to mean that Shigetsu gets a pretty free lane here down at bottom as the lift up throw back in the top lane onto till the end. Just trading a couple of hits. Forcing him to walk around. Wow, that's an aggressive link from Dahak. Gonna steal about 14 damage there.
I just want to see DMS break lanes and go aggressive. Like, that's all I want to see. And when I say break lanes, I mean more like 15 minutes when you have Weaver with a Deso or components towards Gleipnir and Sank with a Blink Dagger. Like, go hunt, go find kills. I'm seeing it here again. Like, they're kind of dragging waves around and trying to create new mid lanes.
What is happening?
Oh, Glimpse back in bot lane as well. A little bit of chaos occurring in all parts of the map at the moment.
Yep. The salve with the Shadow Realm going to be Janta for heals up to full, and they will not be getting this kill. So pretty nice Janta there. It means that we like 3 or 4 creeps under tower. I think they respected the salve that was going off there.
Yeah, I have no idea why Willow gets 100% HP regen and mana regen on Pixie Dust as an innate. If it's to the game, sure, but the fact it's just press W before you do yourself, it is rather loose.
You ain't wrong, Borrow. You ain't wrong.
Oh, that's right, your courier.
There is some crazy stuff going on in this mid lane right now. Melodil's just trying to mess with the lane as much as possible. Now that the Earth Spirits hit level 3, you get the 2 points in Boulder Smash, and all of a sudden it's not free for the Sanking anymore, so he's just farming up as much as he can. He's dragging waves out over to the hard camp, trying to just be as efficient as possible. Really cool to see, and we might see one of the richest mid laners we've seen in a very long time because of it. So, we're still trying to mess with him. Yeah.
I don't think
he's going to be bodied out from the tower now. This is awful for Warwick. I don't know why he did that.
Like, his net worth isn't really that far behind, right? Only 300 gold. Sure, he's 12 CS down, but economy isn't too crazy between the two mid laners. But yeah, it feels very uncomfortable for this Earth Spirit. He's having to make a lot of smart choices. One wrong role, one wrong type of engagement, and suddenly he's feeding away to the Sand King and just making Menador even happier in this game. But a very, very strong start for DMS. All 3 side lane cores, cores are farming really well. There is no real punishment to be had. And for Night Pulse, even though they don't have the double carry strategy, it is kind of the same philosophy, right? Like, Darkseid needs time to come online, Luna needs time to come online, and the Earth Spirit, once he has his levels, I'd expect him to try and make some moves on the map.
Be dropping here. Oh my goodness, this Willow, she wants it, and she's going to get it. Under the tower she goes, maybe trading her life. Melodil even coming across with this one as well. Doesn't have the Burrow Strike, so it's going to be just a boop from the Stinger. But we'll need another one. There's no cooldowns for the Willow. Still 4 seconds left on that Shadow Realm. Therefore, she will die on the top side till the end. The Blood Grenade, will it tick him down? It's going to get low, but not low enough. Will survive through it. And another kill just not quite going their way on DMS. Warwick, he's hereby. He wants to get the kill and should be able to do so, though. Hakoda going to try and bring down Till the End with him. Won't quite be able to do so. Nice moves from Till the End to keep him distance. And successful rotation from Warwick in the end.
DMS, poking across the map, they're doing many more moves than they did in that previous game, and kind of what you want to see. Your manager isn't really showing us what he's going to be doing on the Sand King yet. He's got 4 points in Sandstorm, 3 points in Stinger, nothing in his quick buy to at least teach us his perspective of the hero at the moment. Again, I would be surprised if he didn't go for a blink. When you're mid lane, you naturally want to be a bit more of a playmaker, but that will always be the world in which Aghanims will be slowly calling your name.
V-Tune being chased here. Glimpse is available. Hero surrounding him. Link available. V-Tune getting run down under the tower. They need their Earth Spirit here, and he's just not coming. Therefore, they will be losing the Luna. Warwick looking for the return trade down at bottom. It's a tricky kill onto the Weaver, though. Much harder than killing a Luna, so they're waiting just to see if Shigetsu's gonna use a Shikuchi here. Not going to. They'll go regardless. Shikuchi comes out, Shigetsu gets away. Unless we can get some very nice stone placements here, and yeah, not going to happen, so. Nice moves from DMS, recognizing their carry can be left alone as Melodil moves up to the top lane. They want this tower, and they're going to get it. Till the End goes down as well. Curse Crown not going to save him. 15 seconds dead on the clockwork as the tower continues to get pummeled up here, and Melodil just continues to farm up. Look at this man's net worth. He is going absolutely crazy on this Sand King.
No, he's absolutely owning this game. This last pick Sand King, this is what you want a last pick to do, right? He's destroyed mid lane. He's running around the map. He's got his phase boots. He is now going for the Aghanims, which yes, it's been nerfed, but it's still very good. If you can keep yourself within the Sandstorm, you get like a Shroud, a Bloodstone, the Blink, all this type of stuff. You just become so unkillable in the moment. But again, he's now a good hero, not an OP hero. It's a crazy concept. And Melodil is having a absolutely standout game at the moment.
Absolutely. I love the skip in the ulti as well. This is a bait you should never fall into as Sand King. Unfortunately, Epicenter, it's just kind of rubbish, so. Like, seriously, if you ever wonder if Epicenter's a good spell, just read the numbers and compare it to Sandstorm. It's essentially the same damage as Sandstorm. I mean, maybe not quite, but pretty close, you know? And considering the setup you need for it and everything like that, it's pretty crazy.
So yeah, it's 85 per Sandstorm tick, and it's 60 per pulse on an Epicenter. Yeah, it's the most bare bones way of describing the two spells, but I can see your point of thinking there, Nomad, and
thank you.
Epicenter, unfortunately. I feel like Epicenter always goes through like different waves. I feel like sometimes
pulses, you could say.
True. Like I remember the day where like some Universe Sand King. Now they were good Epicenters.
Yeah, back before
that was years
everybody
ago.
got health. when ultimates killed people.
Oh, crazy.
What a ridiculous concept. Warwick until the end on the run, looking for a target here, but Nigel has some degree of respect for the enemy team and won't be sticking around super obviously as TP comes to the middle lane. Hakoda wants to just be able to farm up here, so definitely not looking to collapse on this bottom tower. Glimpse back on the bottom side though, putting Cammy in a whole world of hurt. He has to turn around with the wall, but it's not going to save his life, and that's annoying. The electromagnetic repulsion from the Disruptor illusion pushing the Weaver back there was kind of funny, but doesn't result in anything.
Today I learned that the illusion can also get the repulsion. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Manta Disruptor coming to your game soon.
That's what I was about to say though. Ooh, okay, we're cooking.
I don't want to go test that now. Like, if someone jumps on you with like an Epicenter or something and you just pop a Manta, do they just fly away 750 units?
I mean, you'd have to scatter them, but you know, okay. After this game, we can try and cook something up. But 4,000 gold lead DMS. It's just refreshing to see. I think just the bounce back is incredible. The Hulk is currently getting gone on the top lane though, and
surely
he overstepped his mark just a little bit.
Yeah, he's very far forward without anybody to help him. Very lonely up on the top side. So, hey, you know what? The Huck 1-1-1, infinite improvement on last game. Okay. Death is absolutely fine, my friend. You're up there, you're creating space, you're making things happen, and Shigetsu's taking full advantage of that along with Kaori and getting a kill down on the bottom side. And now moving across towards Cammy as well. Cammy does have a surge available, so shouldn't really be in too much trouble here, but is going to get bullied out of the lane. Yeah, saving the surge for the glimpse. Very smart. Melojul coming across, but with no blink dagger. It will just be... Oh, nice! Nice! Not nice enough. Cute attempt from Cammy. Got to give him credit for that one. The vacuum up onto the cliff almost saves his life. But the right clicks are there from Shigetsu, who's just continuing to just, play Weaver.
They are really just crushing anywhere they go. And I think he has to be careful, though. Like, everyone else is having a really good game. Like, him stepping up next to the tier 1 tower whilst his team's doing well. So just because they're doing well doesn't mean you're naturally going to be in the same position. And if he gives away a couple kills, allows Luna some entry to the game where... it's one more kill. We're talking about Mask of Madness and then Tread. You have to be careful. You have to be careful that not everyone subscribes to it. As he steps up, jumped up, and
this is a little bit of dying happening in the top lane. The two of them caught inside those cogs and will pay the price. Just chill. You've got Aghanims on the Sand King coming very, very shortly. A little bit overzealous on DMS and not respecting the missing heroes on Night Pulse and getting caught out a little bit.
I think these are often quite difficult games to know where to farm. Well, not even where to farm, but like what part of the lane you need to be in, because like the game's so noisy where it's like Sand King's like calling to make moves, he's killing everyone. Like Weaver's talking about killing bottom. Like there's so much like hype and hysteria that I could probably see why you naturally step up a little bit deeper down the lane. But
Burst Strike just about missed onto Janta here, meaning that well, he's still going to go down. The Glimpse is there to secure the kill. Stinger. Oh, I thought it was going to.
Is he going to wand? And he is.
Burst Strike available.
To then die.
And Sandstorm will finish it. And that means Aghanim Scepter's up on Melojul. All right. 12-minute Aghanim Scepter on the Sand King. Let's go.
Again, every 0.4 seconds, 3 Burst Strikes will appear within the Sandstorm. It will be rather annoying. It is 70% of the damage and stun, but the fact that it is, with the type of game he's had and how early it's going to be, what hero right now can stand inside that and be confident? Luna can't do that, no way. Earthrit with soon-to-be Blade Mail could potentially annoy Melajor just a little bit, but I don't think there is a single hero in the game that actually wants to go near this Sand King.
You have to respect it.
It's actually just really nice visually as well.
Yeah,
Sorry,
if you're not inside the sandstorm, then it doesn't make...
Exactly. Yeah. It's very nice. Watch him start his first fight and instantly die.
Yeah.
Like, we're all hyped, like, oh my god, he's got 8... To be fair, he has 8,000 net worth. Like, 8,000 compared to like the...
And he
like,
could have had more.
richest
He
of
actually
levels.
played really aggressively after smashing that laning phase. From like 8 to 12 minutes, he wasn't super greedy. Kind of greeded up again just to finish off the Ags, but he's made some space for his team, spread his net worth across the team rather than just being a selfish crab. Crustacean, I should say, as Hakoda's going to get jumped in the bottom side. This might open up for a great fight for them here, though, as they unleash with the Static Storm, trapping them out. Sure, they've lost Hakoda, but they're going to lose at least one in response. But Warwick's actually going to be able to get himself away. A very awkward fight now for DMS, as they're just struggling to stay in it and get off the damage. Kaori and the Rubik have fallen here.
That was...
not ideal.
Not ideal, but a nice jump from Nightpulse to be able to commit in, get double support kill, terrorize from Dark Widow, and then disengage. Like, that was... Some teams there might have overstayed their welcome a little bit, tried to go for that extra little fight, but now they're jumping onto Shigetsu. They catch him.
This is huge. This is huge. Oh. Weaver's going to go down.
Yeah.
Nightpulse playing some beautiful games right now.
That is, just a really nice pickoff, and Shigetsu just overstaying his welcome once again. Like, they just hit the fight bottom. They don't really TP out. They just walk back, and then he walks down the lane to fight. Like, just not a lot of respect going towards Warwick on his Earth Spirit. He is now 007 in the game right now. Literally, no, his score is 007. And he has just found so many good pickoffs for his team. And when he gets his Blade Mail, it's going to hurt them even more. Like, it's not going to be killing Sand King, but it's at least going to be giving him a little bit of like, hey, don't go near me, Razor type gameplay, which is... They don't really have like the anti-Razor answer at the moment. So that's where Astrid will be able to do it. Melajor.
Yeah, they're trying to solve this mechanic here. It's very awkward because the sandstorm's just not there. You need to have the recast ready, and he didn't. And for this, he might actually die. He's still caught inside the cogs. Static Storm's coming down as well. Melajor trying to survive, but it's just not going to work. He dies. The big Sand King raid boss just looking like a little lobster to throw in a boiling pot. And
he's still
Warwick gets glares back into everybody right now, but he's going to get himself away again. Hakoda's actually the one in trouble instead. He's going to fall. Kaori also dying on the backline. Shigetsu coming around the side with the hack to get a couple of return kills, but Nightpulse playing so nicely from behind. It's actually turning the game in their favor.
Warwick is playing so well. You know, on Sliver HP disengages, he then gets glimpsed back, he is able to then still get out again, and that there was the nerf to Sand King, right?
Yes.
Beforehand, when you Burrow Strike, the Sandstorm would instantly spawn on top of you. If he spawns on top, the fight's probably different. But because that doesn't happen, you have to awkwardly watch this, like, the winds are blowing towards him. It like eventually gets
so
there.
Slow. It's just like, oh, please.
So it's like you have to be very disciplined when you play Sand King now. It's probably why people
like this.
rush to pick it. Yeah.
This is better. Holding the Sandstorm. Unfortunately, the Bolt Smash is there, which saves the Spirit's life. Also, he had a shield rune, so is going to be okay, but you have to hold the Sandstorm for after you jump in. You can't just let it follow you into battle. I think that was the big mistake made from Melajor there, which he won't be making again.
But I love to see the poking that Nightpulse are doing. It is just it's a lot of positioning testing for DMS. It's like at any minute, if Earthquake jumps, it's like, do you waste a TP to fight them? Do you really want to fight them? And the entire time they are preventing them from really getting too carried away. Like this Sand King, yes, he's got a 2,000 net worth lead, but Luna and Darkstar are still farming. They're keeping the game at least at a net worth position. We'll see what happens here. They are smoked up.
Limps back onto Cammy. It's a good kill, and they are likely going to be able to hold. They haven't finished the job here, and a beautiful terrorizer along with the Static Sandstorm coming on down, making it a very awkward fight for both teams, and they're holding their ground, but with the Luna coming in around the side, Dahak is eventually... He lives? No, he dies. Okay, final tech kills him off. And they'll lose till the end, Warwick and Janta in response here. So 3-for-1 trade. That one's going to feel very good indeed for DMS. You've got to respect the Static Storm, just a response to the Terrorize, making it very hard for them to follow up on those cogs from the Clockwork.
It all started with the fact they nearly killed Darkseid, but he then disengaged and turns it around. And I think both teams are going to be a little bit nervous going into this mid game. At any minute, either team has the ability to be explosive, to get the kills, and it really isn't like who has the numbers here first. Like in this fight, Nightpulse, the Luna just wasn't ready to really assist with what was happening, right? Because they were kind of reacting to the Darkseid getting jumped, and they have since de-warded the ward that was used by DMS to set up that engagement. So I think this is it's quite a fun little game we got here. Like both teams are really they're like one fight away from being confident enough to keep fighting. Right, that's kind of like the theme of Dota at the moment. Is like once you get one good fight, it spirals into multiple fights that slowly choke out your opponent. And both teams are trying to get there, but they've not really able to find the perfect one yet. And Darkseid's career, nope. Does it die?
Ooh.
No, it doesn't. It survives.
Lives
so we're looking at the really important stuff. No, it dies.
It's dead. That was taking the mickey a little bit there, Cammy. But yeah. As I mentioned before, the Weaver in this game, to play it as carry, you need to go for the Dragon Lance early. He does. Then he goes for the Gleipnir, then back for the BKB. Like, everything kind of expected at the moment. If he goes for the shot, I'll be a little surprised, but I also like it as just a farming tool as they move on to Melajul here. Melajul is a tricky target to bring down, and it is going to hurt with those burst strikes coming on out here, but it seems like they're just not really landing. So he's going to have to burst strike himself down to the low ground, but Warwick really looking to chase here, going super aggressively on this Earth Spirit. He's got to be careful. He doesn't have the most health to work with the Magnetizers coming on through. It is going to tick away at least Hakoda. Kahori going for the TP out on the sidelines. They ping him out, but they've got nothing to stop it, so he's going to escape as well. Weaver, Shikuchi away on the sidelines as well. It's going to be a full disengage for DMS. Low, not really missing a whole lot there, just one support dying, making the trade, but I have to say, like, they fought into the Sandstorm and it didn't really seem to punish them. I'm feeling the nerfs.
I mean, Disruptor hits a beautiful Static Storm to prevent the further aggression onto Sand King. And then the Earth Spirit, he hits a Magnetize, gets onto Sand King, wasn't able to refresh it as Sand King disengaged quite nicely. And like, if maybe one Vessel Charge plus another round of the Magnetize, Sand King would have died. But Melajul, he has the Blink Dagger now, so he can set up if needed. So every fight slowly builds like an extra little bit of a gold lead to DMS, but I don't really feel it in regards to how the fights are going. They are
I guess so.
very, very even.
Just poking at 5 heroes, casual Weaver things.
I feel like Shigetsu's a very, very aggressive carry player. In the 2 games that we got to see him, he doesn't shy away from trying to go for a little bit of a cheeky play, and Darkseid getting jumped in mid.
Oh, not landing with the burrow strikes, but you've got the glimpse to make sure the kill happens regardless, so nice usage of the epicenter along with the Sandstorm and the Ags. It will put an end to the Darkseid, which makes the team fights very, very difficult. Might secure them this tower, though they don't really have the push to really commit to it, so top side. Here it's just going to be a roll away for Warwick. Dahak just kind of scaring him away, and we haven't really mentioned Dahak's name once, I don't think, in this game, other than to say that he's been playing it, which was nice to see.
Yeah, he upset me in game 1, so I just didn't want to talk about it in game 2.
Yeah, you're in our bad books. You don't get any exposure this game, Dahak.
But he's got the BKB, soon to be shard, so he'll be able to play that sweet old simple game of walk into the middle of the fight, press a link on Luna, and that's his job done. B-Tune trying to quietly farm up his BKB. He doesn't really want to join in the fights. Like, he's joined in just enough fights, but yeah, it's like what he wants BKB, then he wants Kanda. It's the item after, which will maybe be like the game-winning item. But yeah, Clockwork, he oversteps his mark.
Being spat on by Shigetsu a little bit there, just them constant Geminates ticking away at him. Very annoying, hard to deal with. pretty far down the lane, though, so you kind of expect that sort of thing to happen and just accepting it. But yeah, DMS have started to kind of get their things together, get their ducks in order. Things starting to look a little bit more convincing for them in this game too. 7k gold advantage, really playing nicely around the Sand King. The Weaver's been able to catch up as well. Sure, Luna's a bit of an issue, but nobody else really is. Spirit can play from behind a bit. He's not terrifying though. There's Cammy again being seen a bit. This time there's no disruptor to keep him inside of this sandstorm, so Cammy can actually escape. But oh, never mind. Shigetsu comes in from behind. Such aggressive positioning from this Weaver time and time again. He doesn't even have his BKB yet. He's playing like he's got BKB link into the Satanic. He's an absolute madman. Didn't go for the shard though, which I think is probably the best option. Like as a Weaver player, it's always like, oh, I can hit so many creeps if I buy the shard. It's going to feel so good because every time you get it, it feels amazing. It's such a feel-good shard, but then you die 1,000 gold away from your BKB and then you have regrets.
Of course, they just want some BKBs at this point. They are trying to just dodge this aggression where possible. And like, Upstraight also looking for one. It's a little bit uncomfortable for them. Right? They're not really looking to fight, and maybe DMS want to look at Roshan soon. Grab themselves up an Aegis, really try and ensure the fact that they can crush that next fight. Don't allow for V-Tune and the lads to sit up around the pit. And Warwick, he's going to see multiple TPs here.
Yeah, I'm not sure he wants to be seeing this though, as he is pretty far forward and no BKB yet available for him. Doesn't even get off the blade mail, just gets killed. Well, what a strange death. Oh, I've been waiting to see this for so long. Look what Rubik stole. It's Moonglade's Rubik. Go farm Hakoda. Go hit some creeps. Oh, he's going to the top side. He wants a creep wave. No, to click them. Oh,
it doesn't.
Please.
I mean, he's got a Fade Bolt. Okay.
I just want to see what it looks like. No, there's only one creep here. What the hell?
Oh no, we're doing this thing again where we want to watch a single spell get used. Oh no.
Yeah, Roshan's been taken. That's boring. You see Roshan every game. Come on, click him. Click him.
He clicked them.
No, he's not clicking them. He's activated it though.
Oh, activated it. Yeah, sure. I mean, is that what you wanted?
No, I want to see the clicks. I want to see him firing out Moonglaves.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
He's bouncing right clicks. Are they glaives? Are they little Rubik right clicks? These are the things I want to know. Are they invisible? Have they just not coded it?
Thank God we're not going to find out.
We are. Well, I'm going to watch. You guys can do it. I mean, there's this boring stuff happening. Tormentors, Roshans. Who cares?
Okay, item timing. So we've got the BKB complete on Luna. Not yet on the Earth Spirit, but that is hopefully going to be...
Thank you.
Oh, Shigetsu.
Oh, there's a big fight going on. Yeah, it's going to be a death for maybe till the end. I mean, Shigetsu's really looking for it with his fresh, tasty BKB hot out of the oven as they go in this one. But they might see an opportunity with the BKB getting low, but Manager coming around the backline, just trying to disrupt Cammy as much as possible. Cammy is getting good damage up, but Shigetsu with the Aegis doesn't really care. Will use the time lapse here just to keep himself in a good situation as till the end coming in from the dead. But a 4-star out of the cogs. Yeah, the Bramble's going to catch him, but they don't have the follow-up. They don't have the chase. And Jansa inside the Shadow Realm going to back himself away. Not living through this one, I don't think. The Burrow Strike from the side gives him the vision for the glimpse, doing what he must. And Kaori will get the kill.
Astrid desperately needs a BKB to be able to fight this.
Desperately stole a new spell.
That's the big breakdown after the game. Oh god. They just can't do anything. It's a little bit worrying for them, right? Like they've tried to farm up, but Night Pulse they just don't have the damage right now on them. Like this Luna still needs 2 items to feel good.
Yeah.
The Dark still went for double auras, so there's no like Aghanims or anything like that. Of course, that's not really what we see, at least at the moment for Darkseers. But yeah, they are drastically lacking that something. When you compare that to DMS, they are just constantly fighting. I think Menager, of course, leading the charge in pretty much every engagement. And to hack in his itemization in this game has been so much better. Like the Sand Shasha, the BKB, he's itemized to be the key hero to just walk in and to start the fight as well.
It's very,
much more active.
Very active. The thing with V-Tune is that like he also needs his teammates to have some items as well. Like it sucks playing Luna when your other cores are this poor. Like you either want to be like a full 5k above the enemy cores and then you can play Luna as like the 1v5 hero, or you need to have people backing you up in the fights. Like, it's really hard to play from an even footing, even if you are a bit ahead of the Weaver, which you know isn't, but he was before the last fight. You saw how it works. You know, you just get targeted, you just get bullied out. If your cores just die, like corn under a combine harvester, it's very difficult for you to actually play the fight. So we're getting jumped on a little bit here. Shigetsu does take a ton of damage due to that blade mail and is being slowed down a little bit. Very, very nice hookshot there from till the end, stunning the Weaver whilst also getting himself out of danger. Does put Shigetsu into the weird position where he wants to back himself away, but of course, with the Aegis, we'll see no slowdown in tempo here from DMS. Likely they're going to head for this top tower, but smoke up from NP. This could be cool. Roll forward. But finding the catch. What a target. Melajul kicked back, but he's just going to come straight back to his high ground. Trying to play it carefully. BKB's out from work, though. He's staying on the Sanking beautifully, but Sanking with the Eternal Shroud, it's not going to be enough. Vichun cut through him, and I'll look for more, but the backline's getting absolutely beaten down right now. Warwick will eventually fall. Weaver having to time lapse away from the Luna. Doesn't want to stand there and go toe for toe with Vichun. Have to be said, it's an all-right fight from NP, considering they're playing into the Aegis. This is going to slow down the tempo of DMS, allow them to play probably until the next Aegis at the very least.
The Sanking, the fact to start that fight, they jump the Sanking, he soaks up so much time. He goes through the Magnetize, the Terrorize, multiple right clicks, even the Vac Wall, like everything used to try and kill off the Sanking. And the DMS, they poke around. The Razor's able to lock onto the Earth Spirit, he can't then disengage from the fight, and you have to be careful.
Shigetsu does just give his Aegis for a Tormentor, which...
Wait, how long was left on the Aegis? I didn't catch.
It was about just under a minute.
Ah, okay. Not the worst.
I mean, it was deliberate anyways. He was clearly not trying to live, so... Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, Eternal Shroud's a hell of an item, right? Keeps him alive through all of that magic damage from the Earth Spirit. Lets him keep fighting.
Here's Cloak of Flames as well, just to kind of further provide him the tankiness, so yeah, all good.
Yep. I'm of the strange opinion that I actually don't mind Eternal Shroud as an item.
I don't know if I can cast of you anymore, Nomad.
But like, we're just so used to BKB being like, you know, the only answer to magic damage and disables in Dota. Eternal Shroud is a bit of an alternative to that. Like,
it is.
I'd like it maybe in a world where you can't buy BKB and Eternal Shroud together. I think that would be kind of interesting, but we have a bit of a fight taking place as Shigetsu getting beaten down. Don't forget, no Aegis. Time lapse available. Does get it off just in time, and now beautiful four-man Gleipnir holds back NP and forces them to reset. Do they want to go on this, though? They've just managed to get the time-lapse and the BKB from the Weaver. They've seen that he doesn't have an Aegis. Really good opportunity to try and catch him off guard here. DMS slowly trying to retreat. I also really like how DMS are retreating from this. They're staying together, slowly moving back, not leaving anybody behind. And actually, they're going for the smoke up. They have an amplified damage on the Razor.
They can be able to find anyone, though. They are quite nicely positioned as well on Dire. Clockwork is the only one that's a little bit isolated.
Yeah, he won't mind dying not in position for the glimpse. Honestly. They're looking for the illusions. They see the illusions in the lane. That's who they're after. They see the Clockwork, they'll accept it. But actually, the turnaround here with Weaver, he needs help. He needs help, but he's not going to find it. He's dead. Chancer brings him down despite the lift. It wasn't enough. And now Agoda needs to get himself away. Vichun, he's running for him right now. The right click's coming through onto Dahak. In comes Warwick to finish the job. They're going to get the Razor as well. Double kill for the Earth Spirit. All three cores from the side of DMS lying dead on the ground. Throw Hakoda onto that pile as well. What a fight from Night Pulse. How did that go so well, T?
I mean, they chased the Clockwork. They've eventually got on top of him. He got the cogs off. And then there was like a frantic usage of multiple 4-stars onto the Weaver, throwing him out of the cogs, into the cogs. He just wanted to press time-lapse, but he just get dragged around the fight, you know, for his own team's items. And I mean, I didn't really catch the exact moment if he was casting time-lapse or not, but yeah, everything happened in a way that Weaver just insta-died. And of course, Dark Willow is so key in these fights to terrorize the control that she can apply. I mean, DMS, they use so much to try and find a Clockwork that they all just bundle up and group up. They go to a choke point against Luna, Earth Spirit, Darkseid, Willow. Like, these are choke point, you know, champions. They're the ones that crush any fight at the steps, and DMS just didn't respect it. They just you know, conga lined themselves into despair. Their net worth's just gone. That was, but you could argue that is easily the worst fight they could have ever taken. Like with the game that they had, the control they had in the game, that was an absolute disaster.
That was chaotic as well. Did they stick around topside after the BKB was used from the Weaver? They then go in for a smoke gank like 10 seconds before the BKB's up on the Weaver, and it does cost them the fight. Like, you need this BKB on the Weaver. It's absolutely criminal to go for a fight that deep without it. They were just looking for the quick pick off onto the Luna. They find the Clockwork instead, and this guy just turns around, hook shots you in, and you've got some real problems there. Gosh. Well, what a turnaround.
Darks is kind of close to a Hex soon. He's had the Greaves in the pipe for some time, but he switched up the build. The kind of conventional build here would have been like, oh, go for a Blink and Aghanims, maybe even like a Crimson Guard or something to continue further down this line of tankiness. But no, he does opt to go straight for the Hex. And against a Weaver who's very elusive, we just saw how no BKB was the punishment. Imagine if he gets the Hex pre-BKB. You layer that with a Terrorize, and again, the fights can get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But DMS, they're not stepping down though. Like one really bad fight, that hasn't changed their mindset. They are walking over to the Roshan pit. It is going to respawn in a minute and a half, so it's actually going to be a nighttime Roshan. So any wards placed in the bot side of the map won't actually be too beneficial for the fight itself. And when you have the Clockwork in play, I would expect them not to overcommit too much until they see the Roshan alive. And that is, of course, always going to be the benefit of having Clockwork on your team. Night Pulse, very defensively positioned to ensure they don't get caught off guard at this very crucial stage of the game.
Smoke up. Front moving forwards. Melodule pumping that epicenter. Here we go. Roll in. They're looking for Tahak. The roll does not connect though. Melodule immediately following up, but they're both going to get caught in the wall. They're both just dead. Featured shreds them. Goodbye, Cause, as Shigetsu also in a similar amount of trouble. He's got the BKB, which means he can get off the time lapse with both being used. No damage being dealt. DMS are just on the run. I mean, NP, they just tore them apart. Are they capable of losing fights anymore?
I'm a little bit speechless. DMS, they had the vision advantage. They were positioned nicely, and you know, Melodule reacts, but the hack just doesn't react to it, and he just drops.
BKB
and the Sanking was there with the Burrow Strike react
in that fight.
Yeah, that is a. If he presses BKB, then you know maybe the fight's good for them, but not to be the case. The Sanking, like I said, he reacted. The hack didn't. And now, yeah, they keep the chase going. Morik, he just wants to find more. He has a gem though, so he's going to be able to find the Rubik if he can get in range.
Hook shot.
Stolen hook to disengage.
Oh, Warwick's very speedy with that surge upon him, but yeah, won't quite be able to secure this kill. I want to stick to controlling this area of the map. Don't get dragged out of position. This is their Roshan if they just continue controlling this area a little bit longer. Warwick's even going to be able to take the Wisdom Rune, brings himself closer to 25, and also bringing up his lowest level support as well. That is the Clockwork. He was pretty starved. Level 12 just a few minutes ago, and now nearly level 15 from those two fights in the Wisdom Rune. When you have this Ags, that makes all the difference on a clock.
There was like a 13k gold lead at like 28 minutes. No, 7 minutes later.
Yeesh.
We've got Aegis on Night Pulse. We've got game is basically pretty much even. Again, somewhat reminiscent of the previous game. You know, DMS played a much better early game this time around, but still, we've had that kind of one fight into, oh my god, Night Pulse and have the game, and it's happened now this time around. The butterfly will be complete once the Luna's Courier finally respawns. Any other massive items really come out of play? We've got Shivas on the Earth Spirit. And that's about it so far. Of course, we already mentioned the Dark Side having the Hex, so yeah, there's plenty of items for them to utilize in the upcoming fights, and the items from DMS have stagnated. The Dark, he was relatively close to Satanic now for like the last 5 minutes, but never really putting together the creeps for it. And Disruptor, though, Kari, he is going to be completing the Aghanims now. If he buys out, he'll have no buyback, but he will have Aghanims. He's had the Philly Stone. for the entire time. So he has cooked himself into a comeback moment for himself. If he can find that static storm, prevent any items getting used. Kind of feels like they do need something like that to win a fight now. Because V-Tune he's not backing down from a fight now.
Kind of funny, Luna's courier just delivered 2 claymores to her. One for the satanic, which is coming later, one for the butterfly. Looked a little silly.
God, wait, yeah, she just completed butterfly and... Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Usually with Luna, it's a choice. Usually you're going to go like, ooh, do I want the butterfly? Do I want the satanic? V-Tune's like, yeah, I'll get both.
All right, to be fair, though, it's pretty obvious she doesn't have buyback. All right, that's true. At least one positive. Hakoda trying to escape it again. The gem. It's blink.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Ah. All right.
Nice.
Hakoda breaking some ankles, but and I feel as soon as V-Tune shows on the next wave, which actually he showed mid wave, so anyone on DMS clicks on V-Tune, there's going to be that awkward pit in their stomach. You know, they are this game. If they lose this game, they're eliminated from the qualifiers. They don't have any other chance of getting to TI. And they see the butterfly satanic complete 38 minutes with Aegis in play for 2.5 more minutes as well. Like, whew.
Wowie.
V-Tune, he had a little smile on his face. Like, he knows how strong he is. He hits the tier 2. They want to get themselves into a position where they can hit the tier 3.
He looks determined. He really does. Locked in.
Okay. Oh my, Kaori has the perfect build to get his team back into the game. He has the ninja gear. He completed the Aghanims. Like, if he can find the static storm, every fight that DMS has faltered in, he can fix every single problem if he can find the hero. Aegis, when it expires in 2 minutes, that's when I expect DMS to use this perfectly. And when I say perfectly, I mean just, just get the Earth Spirit PBKB or the Luna maybe, but Shigetsu trying to skip waves, having to BKB just to keep buying time. That is all they're trying to do.
Ooh. I'm sure that was on cooldown. Surely. Risky though. Really, really risky. Like, he had no idea about that on the Weaver, so.
Nightpulse, they're so desperate to get a wave to the tier 3s. They don't want to deal with this whole rat shenanigans of skipping every wave. Like, if they can just get to the base, force the fight with this Aegis,
yeah,
they'll be extremely happy.
Honestly, forcing Weaver TP is a big part of that, because now we can't get out on map and go and push waves because we won't have a TP to get back for the defense. So,
and Sankey just completed BKB. There's so many big items in this fight.
Yeah, from both teams. I mean, it's going to look different. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to be just the hack dying without popping BKB again. This time he's got the satanic. I hope I don't eat my words. Gee, that's a lot of damage. The hack. No, he gets off the BKB. There we go. Nice. As the fight breaks down, they do get the swap. So this is a disruptor with the Daxim Scepter, and he's just going to die. Doesn't get off the static storm. Oh no, this is a huge blunder here for the side of DMS to keep themselves in this game. It's tough. They have used resources for that, but 30 seconds left on this Aegis. V-Tune still happy to play up on the front line. Dahak's got to be careful, doesn't have the BKB, only the Satanic available. Jansen jumps in, pops the yours, sets up with the Curse Crown as well. Full stuff away to get the hack back to safety. Melajul, he's going in, he's looking for it right now. Aegis still available on the Luna though. It's a strange time to jump, and he is going to pay the price. Melajul getting beaten left, right, and center, trying to get out the cog. It's not going to be enough to bring him down. Melajul gets away somehow. He escapes with his life, but yeah, they're just not bothered inside Nightpulse. Everybody full, healthy, ready to roll. I mean, they don't have the Aegis any longer. It might take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, but the first barracks off the game does get taken by Nightpulse.
And it was all because they got the Disruptor, right? Like, as the Aegis was soon to its end, they killed the Disruptor. They have all that confidence. They're not afraid of that potential fight, and they smoke up again. Nightpulse, they understand how strong they are.
They need to catch somebody with the Disruptor. I think it needs to be a DMS starting the fights. The initiation is too clean from Nightpulse. You've got the Air Spirit, you've got the clockwork. The ability to find and punish the backlines is too strong. And KRA can't be sitting next to visible heroes inside the cover of his ninja gear either. A lot of conditions here for DMS for a fight to go well for them, but again, if they do get off a good static storm, then it will mean absolutely everything.
They found the Weaver.
They have found the Weaver. He's just dead. BKB not available. Time lapse not available. That is a huge blunder for Jigetsu and might just have put them in 90 seconds, no Weaver. I don't know if they can actually survive through this. Night Pulse, what is the play? Go for the end, go for the Megas, or just wait for Roshan. Those are their options.
Surely they try and get some more racks here. You don't want to allow DMS any room to breathe. When you pick up a Weaver in this capacity, yeah, you remind them. They are playing it relatively slow.
Yeah, they are. They don't want to give up a fight here and end up losing Roche, and then all of their advantage just disappears. But I'm a little bit surprised. 50 seconds, no Weaver. I guess without BKB on Warwick and no Aegis on Luna, it's just a little too scary. That's the thing. Without the Weaver, I do feel like V2 might just live, even through a Disruptor ulti. Could be wrong about that, but let's see. Oh, beautiful! Oh, look at that combo! The hook shot into the vacuum, locks down two of them, burns through Kaori. The two of them just sitting here, stuck to Hack, trying to get away. BKB now out. Whoa, what the hell? He just flies across the map. Okay, Warwick gonna be able to stand his ground. The Hack needs to get back into the fountain. He's got the Spirit Vessel and the Magnetize upon him in the fountain, barely surviving through this. Will narrowly live. But geez, what a combo. NP are so on it right now.
That was just the creme de la creme of combinations, right? And damn, that's just faltering so much. I'm sitting back just watching them make moves, and it's just uncomfortable to see compared to Night Pulse. Like, every move they make, as soon as they got online, there was so much purpose in every move. Like the combinations, the Darkseer with the Hex, and then pick off the Weaver multiple times, the vacuums into the hook shots, V-Tune having the confidence. We are going to see it here. The slow motion, the walk up into... Oh, it's so good. And this is what I expect to see from teams in the TI qualifiers. And you know, they are doing everything in their power to make this a 2-0, to continue their journey in the lower bracket. They take the mid racks, they reset. They're waiting for Roshan to respawn. It isn't respawn in 3 seconds time, so they can take it in the bot, get another Aegis, walk it down the lane, and most likely get their mega creeps. DMS, we've hyped up the Aghanims on Disruptor, we've hyped up the ability for a comeback. Should they even be in a position of having to come back? No, they faulted themselves. They put themselves in its own position. But even there, they weren't able to execute and bring back any fight to their side because of the two Aegises that Night Pulse have leaned on to ensure that they can walk up the high ground quite safely. And it just feels like it's a soon to be inevitable loss for DMS here, unless they can really just find some magical entry to the fight that they have been lacking now for the last 15-20 minutes of the game. They're smoked up again on DMS.
Oh, this is so
into
hard.
the Aegis. Like, this is their potentially last fight. They have to find the backline. They have to find the Willow or the Darkseer or someone. They need to use the Static Storm.
Yeah,
so
it has to be on their terms. If they're going to go out of these qualifiers, DMS, it has to be on their terms. But the roll! Oh, he finds them both! How did he know? Does get caught inside the Static Storm, but they've already got the BKB off on Cammy. He can turn around, go for the vacuum, go for the wall, pop the refresher, and ready to go in again when the BKBs end. This could be a disaster for DMS here. I don't think they're out of the woods yet. Yields comes out onto the Sand King. He's got the Burrow Strike up to the high ground, but Cammy drags him down again. They're stuck. Rubik getting brought down so very low. Can they finish the job? The Sand King gets killed. Buyback available to Hag, trying to stand his ground, but it's just not going to happen. Get torn apart by V-Tune. Luna completely uncontested in these fights, going for the barracks, going for the jugular, jump in, kill off onto the Rubik. Maybe they can punish Warwick here. He's very powerful, but he's got the G's. Nom, back to full health. And the Rubik, oh no, Weaver, he's stuck. No time lapse available, no BKB either, trying to get himself away from this. He will go down. Buyback available, in with the Gleipnir, trying to punish Cammy. Cammy very low, running himself away from this one as well. They're gonna lose Warwick at the very least. Tries to save himself, getting into the fountain, a little bit carried away, but V-Tune still absolutely fine. Aegis in hand, Satanic available as well. BKB in backpack. We are not stopping this. The game is surely over. DMS, what can you do? 14 seconds on the Static Storm. Melojil jumping in, trying to stop them. V2 Even though just going for the Ancient Fortify, not available. They'll move around the sides. They're trying to just get anybody and keep the Luna locked down. Melodule doing a good job on holding down the Luna and just not letting her hit the Ancient. They'll kill her once, but when she comes back, BKB, it will be up pretty shortly. They need to change this, but they've got the Static Storm. Oh no! Oh no! Nine Pulse, it was looking good. Beautiful Terrorize might just buy them the space they need to get their Luna out of here, but the fact they're even considering running away... Oh, never mind. Satanic up on the creep wave. Back to business. Back to the Ancient. It was all a joke. V-Tune still surviving for the time being, and the Ancient goes down. They've done it. Night Pulse, they 2-0 the Open Qualifier.